All right, everybody. So today I just want to do a quick video about the pros and cons about a 2000 Toyota Corolla, aka the Rolls Rolla. So I'd say there's a good amount of pros and cons that come with this car, more pros than cons, as it being a Toyota, but every car has its downsides. I'm not ever going to deny that, but at the end of the day, it really just falls down to personal preference. So most of these may be my personal opinion or how I just feel about the car, but I'm just gonna throw it out there for everybody. So the first pro I would have to say, moving over from another car, was definitely the improvement in gas mileage. I only spend about $20 a week in this economy on gas because I fill up at half a tank, just because that's me, and it takes 87. The miles per gallon is amazing, and it does not hurt the bank. You don't spend more than probably around $100 a month if you're just going to work and back. You got to really do a lot of driving to spend a lot of money on gas in this car. So first pro I would have to say is that it gets amazing gas mileage. Second pro I would have to say is just, like I said, personal preferences, but I just love the old car look. I love the old heads up, or the head unit, the radio, the old steering wheel, the old boxy look, everything about it. Even me, I love the creaking on the door handles, everything about it. I just love it. But like I said, that's personal preference. I just love old cars. But don't get me wrong, there's new cars that are amazing as well, but it's just something about the old nostalgia with these cars. They're just something about them. So second pro, I just love how old cars feel, look, act, all about that, especially old Toyotas. Third pro I would have to say is it's affordable. Parts, maintenance, purchasing it, you know, old Toyotas, obviously they hold their value decently, so no car in this economy is going to be exactly cheap, but you're going to spend a good amount of money, a few $1,000 on this car, but the parts are dirt cheap. The maintenance dirt cheap. You could do half of it or more by yourself, and most of the time you don't even need to do it because this car won't ever give you problems. The brakes are half the price of my previous car's brakes, so that says a lot about this. So the third pro, it is very inexpensive to maintain and replace parts on this vehicle, and that's sort of universal to most Toyotas. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So third pro. Let's move on to some cons, guys. So I would say the first con is, obviously, it's not a race car. So if you're looking for something that has some power, this isn't it. And don't get me wrong, I love my fast cars, so sometimes, you know, I don't appreciate that it's underpowered, but it is what it is, you know. You get what you pay for, and the miles per gallon, the reliability. I think this has 125 horsepower, which is, for me, almost nothing, but it gets the job done. It's a point A to B car, reliably, safely, efficiently, and cost effectively. So I almost say the pros outweigh the cons, but that is just one of them, that I would rather it have more power than it does, but obviously that would take a toll on other things. So the first con I would have to say is that it is underpowered for a personal preference car. So the second con I'm gonna have to go with is the way it drives. I'm used to an all-wheel drive vehicle, or maybe even a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and this being my first front-wheel drive car, it weighs 2,500 pounds. It has quite a good amount of body roll with the suspension that it is sitting on right now. It's not gonna drive, you know, like a Lexus or a BMW, obviously, and I don't expect it to, but you're definitely gonna feel a difference when you're driving in turns, stopping, anything like that, especially in the turns. That's where I mostly feel the difference. I cannot take turns as fast or as smoothly as I did in my previous car, which is all right. Like I said, it comes with it, but it's just something, you know, if you do plan on moving from something a little different, like an all-wheel drive vehicle, you're gonna have to get used to this. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of front-wheel drive cars out there that turn better than all-wheel drive vehicles, but this isn't made for that. This is just an economy car, so it's just something you would have to get used to. So, second con, driving experience is definitely different than other, especially high-end vehicles, as you would expect. And the third one I would have to say is the interior. So this kind of contradicts my con, or my pro, because I do love the old interior, but I do have some nitpicks, like how if I wanted to put a screen on it, it would block the ACs, or, you know, because I would want that for a reverse camera, but if I want to do that, I would block the ACs. I can always do the reverse camera in the rear view mirror, which I've considered. Obviously the interior does not have much space. Me, I am 6'2", so my seat is all the way back. I look out the rear window, so interior space, definitely not the best, but smaller the car, the less it weighs, the better miles per gallon you're gonna get. So like I said, it comes with it, but it is just enough for me to be comfortable. If it was any smaller, I wouldn't be able to do this, honestly. So third con is the interior, especially the interior space, is not suitable for everyone. You know, I make it work, but I don't think everyone would be able to make it work for their personal preferences. So, all right guys, I would say that's just a good amount of the general pros and cons about this car, and I'm sure I could come up with more, but those are just some of the main ones that came to my mind. So I hope you guys really learned something about the 2000 Toyota Corolla, because I've only owned this for about a month or two. So I would do a 1-year ownership review yet, but I haven't owned it for a year. But out of the month or two that I've owned it, these are just some of the things that I've noticed I liked and disliked. And I would have to say the pros 100% outweigh all of the cons in this vehicle. It's an amazing fuel efficient vehicle, inexpensive to maintain, but it just has some things that you need to get used to, like the driving, the interior size, the lack of power, things like that. You just get used to it, but it comes with it. So, all right guys, I hope this helped you out. If you're in the market for one or have one, if you agree with me, you could drop it down in the comments below. And I'll be coming out with some more content soon, guys. See you guys later.